Continuing on with number 7 and number 8 for 12.6. Again, I wrote these out ahead of time just to make these videos a little shorter, and I want to point out a few things. Again, we're going to set up our rate, time, and distance table here. The rate column is pretty easy to fill out. The distance is 12 miles there and 12 miles back, so it's the same here. And then we can make this time column again by doing the distance divided by the rate. Okay. Here's some of the key things in the problem. It's 5 miles per hour faster on the way there. It's 12 miles there and back, and a total of 2 hours. So since it's a total of 2 hours, we have the time plus the time equals 2. Now I did show you if you multiply by the LCD here, you'd eventually come up with this quadratic, and then you could factor it into 2 binomials. Looks like I left a parenthesis off there. And then you come up with 2 solutions here, but you have to rule out the negative solution because we're talking about a speed, and we come up with x equals 10 miles per hour. Now again, if you put this into Desmos or your graphing calculator is a little more difficult because you have to adjust your window. You might luck out and it'll show up on your Zoom standards screen, which I think this one would. But in Desmos, you can see the horizontal line from y equals 2, and then you get this other function coming down here. And you could click on the intersection, and then it would tell you that the x value is 10, and then they give you some y value. Okay, and the y value is going to be 2 there. But on the next one, a little easier problem for most students, but we have the salary as x, and then 1/5 of the salary goes to rent, and 1/7 of the salary goes to car payment, and then this is what's left over. One mistake students make during this problem is they forget that this is 1x, but here we have 1 minus 1/5 minus 1/7, and we get 23/35 x. And then we can multiply by the reciprocal here, and we end up finding that the x equals 1400. So just be a little bit careful with setting this up and doing your computation.